program may contain moments of great personal reflection, sudden and striking realization, things you should not try at home, the truth about cats and dogs, incomplete thoughts, rambling gibberish, completely ridiculous opinions, winning lottery numbers, things you could really care less about, barking dogs, and unfortunately, Mike and Stan.
Who likes to be silly? I like to be silly.
What kind of radio show is this?
This town needs an enema.
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Get up, get on up.
Stupid is as stupid does. I'm sorry I did that. Welcome to Open Mic Live right here on openmictheshow.com, IRN broadcast, the No Name Network. We're still on... No, we're not on that one anymore. Let's see. Catch us on the replays on Fridays at 9 to... Have I done this before? Let me try that again. Catch us midnights on 920 WO in the Apple Fridays. And Bubba Army Radio listeners, you can download the show there. Pulse-radio.net is also a Rock Forum magazine that brings you some podcasts, live shows, everything that you can get from rock magazines. But you guys here can bring more. Now I just pissed somebody off, so who cares? Stan, what's going on?
What the fuck just happened?
I just clashed magazines. I just made two magazines clashed in together.
Holy mother of God. What? You're not even drunk.
I know. That's the problem.
So how's everything going over there? Have we taught Raul how to use his phone
Okay,
yet?
I'm teaching everybody how to do watch parties.
My watch party started already.
It has?
Yes, it has.
So,
Everybody has their watch parties going? Okay, the reason I'm having
welcome
watch
to Mike University. Everyone's learning fucking something right now.
I'm
Right?
So-
a facilitator.
When does that start happening? So, the voice you heard, the facilitator, would be Heather Vallone. Welcome, sweetie.
Thank you.
Now, Heather's like, when am I coming on? I'm like, anytime you want, just wear a short skirt. No. I'm just kidding you. So the guy that is really facilitating would be JD Thunder. Welcome.
Yeah,
James,
thanks, guys.
JD, how do you like that?
Yeah. What do you like that?
James,
Or the short
Stop
skirt?
Well, I'm going to...
I love it. Thanks for having us here tonight. Yeah.
But
Are you
I appreciate you
JD
coming
or
in.
James?
Now,
Jay,
here's
we'll
the
go
thing
with JD
is,
tonight.
with Heather, she has an entourage like MC Hammer. When they come in, look at this. Look, Mike, they fill the goddamn room.
That doesn't take much, but yes, they do.
See, JD,
Yeah, it
that's
doesn't
what I'm
take
telling
much,
you. Tell you, the little room.
Yeah.
So the guy in the background, Raul, what's up, brother?
What's up?
Don't let his name fool you. His preferred language is English, from what I read.
So you're not a cool boy.
No,
That's me.
walking irony. So in the back is Sammy. Sammy, what's up, Sammy?
Sammy.
So the person hiding Sammy is Thea, just Thea. What the hell just happened?
I don't know.
And then
Said you were going to giggle, not scratch.
I'm sorry. And then we have Connie.
Lackey.
Yeah, Connie Lackey, one of the newest members of the team.
Listen,
yes.
lady, give me a second. There's a lot of goddamn names here. Actually, I had it written down. I'm like, I can see Lackey. I had Connie covered. Very good at this, by the way. Welcome, Connie. How you doing?
Good. How are you tonight?
How high can you get your legs so people can see your shoes?
Oh, yeah.
Look at them freaking shoes. Are you kidding me?
Can we see them?
Yeah.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
Oh, yes. Look at these.
Connie and I both have shoe fetishes, by
I
the
don't
way.
remember asking you to lift your legs. No.
Among other fetishes, but that's okay.
So, Heather,
Jeez. Yes.
Heather, why are you here?
I don't know.
I've been asking myself that since I got to the garage. No.
Okay, no, I wanted to introduce my staff, and, I've been going around town talking about the magazine.
So the magazine is Goldstar Rocks Lifestyle Magazine, right?
Yes.
And that's the updated version of it used to be just Goldstar Rocks.
It was just Goldstar Rocks Magazine.
So what created the change?
Well, it all started, I've been doing hair for 32 years, and I got into doing hair for fashion magazines. And the one in particular, I asked him for a rock magazine, and he said no. And then one of the mothers asked me to do her daughter's hair for the cover of a rock magazine.
A dream of mine.
And I was like, she's like, will you do it? And I'm like, okay. So it was in Sanford, in Orlando. I had probably $25 to my name, no food. And I'm like, oh my God, it's a cover of a rock magazine. So, and everything I was doing, I wasn't getting paid for, but I wanted to get my name out. Okay, so I drove to Sanford in a car that I didn't think the front end was even going to make it. I packed protein bars and pretended like I was on a diet.
For yourself.
Because I didn't have any damn money.
It's like, I don't want myself to know that I'm not on a diet.
And
Who was
so
in the car with you?
I budgeted for the gas. I
asked you,
went over and did
who
her
was in
hair.
the car with you?
Nobody.
You were all alone?
I was all alone.
See?
I didn't know him then.
We didn't know each other
I didn't
then.
know him then.
Oh.
No.
He was still just a stalker at that point. But go ahead.
Well, you might be right there.
So headed to
Really?
Sanford and broke down freaking piece of shit car.
And I did this young lady's hair. Her name is Amanda, and it was for the cover of Goldstar Rocks Magazine's December issue. And, I just wanted the cover. I could say that I was a published stylist on the cover of a rock magazine.
How'd that work out?
Awesome.
The story gets better.
Emoji.
The story gets better. Yes.
So I did their hair, or her hair, and then I rushed back to Ybor for Jonathan Davis concert in Ybor. And
Was his
I
dad there? No,
I didn't get that. Twink. Okay,
I think we're in trouble with you tonight.
Oh, you have no idea. The first time I saw Stan, and I didn't know him yet.
She was like, beautiful smile.
I was like, oh my God, he's a spaz. He's one of my people. So, no, then I went back to Ybor for the Jonathan Davis concert, and I was standing behind this couple. And I'm talking to them, and I had no idea who they were, and that was Javier and Jessica Pons from Red Calling, and we started talking. And
Javier's hot as balls, isn't he?
Yeah,
I'd hit it. Go ahead.
I'm not going to say anything.
He makes lots of references.
His
So
accent's sexy.
that's okay. Hello, do you know me? What the hell? So, and then
See? The other Spanish guy in the room knew that.
but then behind me was
Was Raul.
Parallel in Motion. But I didn't know either one of the bands ever, So we started talking, and while we're in the concert, I get a message from the senior editor at the time and the owner of the magazine thanking me for my work. Beautiful work, blah, blah, blah. So I'm standing there in the concert in between bands going, I'd like to work for you in more than a capacity of doing hair.
So you turned into Stephen Hawking all of a sudden?
You caught that, didn't you?
He's speaking through me.
Stop it! But Jessica's like looking over, like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "I'm just having emotional day," because Jonathan Davis was coming on next. And I was already crying, and now I'm sitting here, and I asked. So he said, "How about a monthly column for our fashion magazine on hair?"
A Red Calling.
Oh my God! I didn't connect it. Okay, so
Gross as shit. Go ahead.
So and then a column in the rock magazine. So I was like, okay. And the editor at the time didn't like doing reviews. So she's like, you can do all the reviews. So my first review was a Papa Roach review. And now we're into January,
Did you get to
February.
talk to them, or you just reviewed the show that you saw?
It wasn't even a show. It was their new release, their CD.
Okay, cool.
And they were originally based out of Sacramento. Our home office for Goldstar Media is in New York. And so I submitted it, and then it was never published. And I'm like, what's going on? She resigned. She sent me a message, I'm resigning. And she was doing the magazine for 3 years by herself, which I have no idea how she did, but she's a brilliant writer. Right, yeah. Brilliant writer. She's a journalist, and I think, anyway, she went off and did her own magazine. And I immediately messaged Wayne White, who is the owner of the magazine. I said, I want it. He's like, what do you mean? Like, I want the magazine.
Oh, he thought you were hitting on him.
Maybe. The last magazine guy was with me. Anyway.
And who was that? Who was that?
It's the owner of Goldstar Media.
Yeah, which is who?
And he's the owner of our
What's
magazine.
his name,
name is Wayne White.
Wayne White.
And
CEO, yes.
he said, I was actually going to ask you if you wanted to be senior editor, but I didn't know if it was too much on your plate. And I'm like, I asked the last guy.
So when you became senior editor, were you the one that made the decision to add Lifestyles Magazine
Yes.
to it?
There was nobody else. It was just me at the time. And
you had full creative control over that.
Yeah, this is what he said. He said to me, he goes, all right, kid, let's see what you got. And then I was like, what did I just do? I'm not a freaking journalist. But I knew people that were good at the things that I thought I needed. Okay,
but before getting into all this, like you were you did
hair,
right?
For 32 years.
It's a hell of a transition from here to journalism or media or what. I mean,
I took a half a semester of journalism in high school.
How much schooling did you take for hair?
A year, but it doesn't matter. I did hair all the time.
You told me how long you did that.
But I was doing hair for
Obviously
32
relevant.
years. But before doing hair and deciding to go into hair, I was already promoting bands in the 80s down in Fort Lauderdale. And music is, okay, first of all, my singing.
Do you think you could do something with Ryan Gerson's hair? Because that shit's well done. Welcome to the chat board, Ryan Gerson.
You'd be surprised what she can do with people's hair.
Control products and maybe some what I call a vortex cutting. Yes, there's techniques to calm that down.
You can see his face.
Yeah.
You take. I put her hair up in an updo. I put her hair up in an updo at a wedding with no pins or clips or anything. And I was jamming
Just
to the music. And I'm like,
it.
yeah, it was fun.
Do you still do hair once in a while, other than for friends, or
No, that's what I do for a living right now. That's what pays my bills.
you do a lot of shit for a living, right? And it all started this year. So you were on
yeah, it
welfare,
started
and
in
then
January.
this year you started working.
No, I'm not.
So
I
we're
should
gonna-
still be on welfare. But
I'm going to start from the top. Sharon Osbourne impersonator. Is that real, or did you just make that shit up?
no, Gary Shutt messaged me and asked me, hey, would you like to introduce us?
Is that what he
at the-
sounds like? That's cool as shit.
I don't know. It was through Messenger. But he asked
That's
me.
an impersonation.
Is that your Sharon Osbourne impersonation? I'm doing so well.
You
No.
haven't heard that yet.
No.
Well, that's where we're
Hello, darling. Anyway, so, no, he asked me to introduce Diary of an Ozman at the Seminole Hard Rock Casino, which was the day before the Ozzy show was supposed to happen. But it got canceled because, he was sick and injured, and they canceled it. But the Diary of an Ozman was still playing at the Hard Rock. And we were running late. Shaji. I love you, Shaji. If she's supposed to be watching, you better be watching. So
I got cameras all over that goddamn RV. You have no idea.
So we can watch her.
I'm like, you shouldn't have let me in here. You're a fool. She's like, why is that light blinking? But
so I needed about 3 crowns to get on stage after I saw this.
Now we've gotten to how you got to Hard Rocks, to Goldstar Rocks Lifestyle Magazine. Then you developed a staff, right?
Yeah.
And now, is this your staff?
Part of it.
Thank
part
God
of
you
it.
didn't bring all of it. Jesus Christ.
Well, they can't because I've got people in North Carolina.
Okay, let's start with Connie.
Yeah.
How'd you pick Connie?
I stepped on her shoes. I stepped
Literally.
on her.
Literally.
How did you miss her shoe?
Yeah. She didn't have the lighted ones at the time.
This is the first time you've worn
They
them.
were lit. They were what I call my mermaid shoes. They were 3 tones of
Was she lit?
blues and green.
I think so.
She probably-
Good chance.
yeah. But that's
Oh yes,
okay.
I was sharing that night.
Sharon. Is that how y'all met?
Yeah.
You were Sharon?
She stepped on me. I was doing a benefit dinner, Quaker Steak and Lube. Hey, Quaker Steak and Lube, how are you? And for the Pretty Family. And Diary of an Ozman was the finale to our show. So she was standing out on the sidewalk. I was walking by probably 90 miles an hour. Bumped. Is that how we did that? We bumped and
I don't know, but I stepped on her twice. Not
turn
just
around,
once.
stepped on me, turn around again. I'm saying, oh, it's okay. Stepped on me again. I'm like, those are my mermaids, lady. That's enough.
One more time, we're going to talk.
You know, so
Yeah, I
No.
messaged her the next day to apologize.
And what'd you think of Heather the first time you talked to her and hung out with her?
Well, when Oz got up on stage and screamed, Sharon, Sharon, the crowd, everybody that I knew that was there was like, did he just scream that?